Hello Internet, welcome to another edition of Eric's Corner Doomsday Deuce and a Half episode. Got quite a few projects going. I'm going to go over my air upgrade system. I've got 3 different things I've done here, but I'm going to do them one at a time to not make a horrendously long video. So put this valve in and ran these air hoses to a tank in the back. So flip this lever and air up. My buddy at the VFW said that there was a automatic check valve I could use here, and he explained it and it made sense, but I can't really reiterate how it worked. But I wanted a manual valve. The purpose for this serves a lot of different things. As you can see, it ended up a little bit crooked on there. I'm not real thrilled about how that turned out. I also wanted to put it behind the dashboard somewhere so all this isn't hanging out, but I'll have to address that later. I wanted the extra air capacity because there's a pneumatic power steering setup, and if you're in a really tight spot, it'll use a lot of air, so I wanted extra air supply. But this also serves a purpose of if for some reason there's some kind of emergency and I just gotta go, the tank back there does hold air because it doesn't leak. So I can get aired up in a hurry, fire it up, and take off. If I have to go rescue somebody off the beach or something, I can at least have brakes. Then you close that, wait for it to finish getting aired up. Then you can crack this back open or whatever you need to do to slowly replenish your air supply in the back. So the air supply in the back, I went around underneath, teed into it with that. I went this direction because that was the only way I could get that one facing a direction where I had room to get it in there and not block this other air valve. But no, I'm not going to risk my truck to go save somebody. I've got winch on the front that's getting cable here real soon, plus I've got very nice big long tow lines back here as well. And so this isn't just a tank, it's a compressor, which I think I got for free. So I do have the option of also having an auxiliary air supply, so if my air compressor on the truck goes down, I can still have brakes and get home. These are pneumatic over hydraulic. They're not air brakes, but you do need air pressure to use them. I hooked this up with an adapter, a male-to-male adapter, so I can pull this out and then this won't leak air, and neither will that. I fired it up and aired it up and heard a bit of a leak. I thought it was coming from that. I put soap on it, it wasn't. I was like, oh duh, probably the petcock on the bottom is hissing a little bit. So I also have this for extra air in case I have to run my big Ugga Dugga gun here, which I realized I didn't even have a wrench for this thing. I thought it came with the tools and I was looking for it. And I was, oh, that's kind of an important thing to have. Obviously, I do have the tools to get the tires off, but I wouldn't have had them with me. And nothing screams cool like needing your wife to come get you to come back to the shop to get the tools you need. And I got this nice pneumatic jack as well. So I can run lots of air tools. And as a doomsday prepper, you can put a filter on this, put this outside and run air in here in case of, say, a volcano. Run it up through the floor here. This is not very airtight, so if you run positive pressure in here, you can keep out whatever's trying to get in. Or, of course, in the case of another COVID issue, just throw an N95 mask over it, and, of course, it'll filter out all biological problems. Little COVID humor for you. Use this air hose. I know it's orange and kind of peaked, but I just took and ran that through the floor. Extra battery for my 12-volt system. I'll get into that in another video. So this air hose is pretty small. It's pretty cheap. And it will not run this gun to its maximum potential, but it still will get you quite a lot of power. And like I said, you get the breaker bar, which I have on order, and a socket for this that I realized I didn't have, 1.5 inches. It will help run your tires off, and the breaker bar or 4-way will finish snugging them, or of course break them loose if that won't do it, which it should do it. That's a very powerful gun. It's for semis. I think my buddy gave that to me. So got this nice big tow line for myself or other people, whatever the case. I can go into that a little more later. I did get some winch cable, but I did not get enough. It takes a couple 100 feet, I guess, and I thought it only, I don't know why I had the idea it only took 50 feet of cable. That's not very much cable. So that's the air upgrade system. And like I said, you know, auxiliary compressor, upgraded for pneumatic power steering, which I'll hopefully get here real soon because my shoulders aren't going to stand up to turning it without power steering too terribly much longer. Run your tools. Extra air system, I mean, that's a little bit far-fetched and ridiculous, but I can, of course, run my tools from my compressor or from the fitting underneath the dashboard, like you saw. And I mean, if you have the truck idling, you get quite a bit of air to run tools, or of course, you know, stop alongside the road and run somebody else's tire off. So that's my air upgrade system. I will be back to you real soon once I finish my other 2 projects. Got a lot kind of hanging fire, but for now I did get the hole in the floor fixed, so I can pretty much just kind of button up and at least jump on the road and actually get back to driving my Deuce. I haven't get to drive it all winter, of course, so I'm real excited to get out and cruise around. So if you got questions, be happy to answer them. This is not really a how-to video. This is just kind of how I did it. I mean, I know somebody's going to be out there freaking out and saying that's the dumbest thing they've ever heard of, which is fine. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.